Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Warhammer 40,000's Chaos Gate Daemonhunters with me, Core. And in the last episode, we had a bit of a rough time. We had a very difficult mission to protect the servitors, and of the 3 servitors we started with, we ended up with 1. On top of that, we also had wounds on 3 out of our 4 Grey Knights, and it was a bit of a difficult mission, I'll tell you what. So taking a look at the timeline here, we have Iolanthus coming back from a wound in 1 day. We have Bloom suppression research coming out in 12 days. Hull repair in 15. Light wounds on Basque. Heavy wounds on, well, not heavy wounds, but just regular wounds on Storm and Harn coming out in 52 and 58 days respectively. And in the meantime, we have Ector, who's still very happy from the previous Grandmaster report. And the next Grandmaster report is coming up in 57 days. Now, on this plus side, we did get some good equipment here. We got a tier 2 set of armor, as well as a, well, it was just tier 1, but it was a very good tank-related piece of war gear. And that leaves us with the opportunity to look at 2 additional missions. So the first one here is to seed the bloom, or at least prevent the seeding of the bloom, which gives us a potential of 5 requisition as well as 10 servitors, also giving us access to a tier 2 Stormbolter and a rank 5 Apothecary. Now, I really wish that we could do this mission, but I don't think we can. Unfortunately, if we look over to the east here, this has been one of the absolute thorns in our side, Fides 5. It is a 2 corruption system, and it's threatening to give us 2 more. Now, as a result, we can get 4 requisition, which is really nice, as well as access to a tier 2 Stormbolter, but it still isn't the best. Regardless, I think that this is the place that we need to go. And if you see right now, we're not actually going to be able to make it, but in the last episode, we were able to finish our Prognosticar, or at least our Augurium, excuse me. So we can now attune a Prognosticar to here, which will drop a corruption level here and give us 3 days for every affected system. So I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to be moving over here so that we can, in fact, take this mission. And that'll be all. We'll see you guys there. All right, and here we are. Fides 5. All right, and also in the last episode, we did have a very good time getting some experience on all of our Grey Knights here. So we'll start off with the promotions available to us, and then we will make the decision on who's going to be accompanying us down to the surface. So starting off with Voldred Storm. We have the Teleport Strike Discipline complete. Our other options are Psychic Suppression, Hammerhand, Aegis Shield, and then also the Support Fire Discipline. If we look at the Aegis Shield Discipline, this actually doesn't unlock anything once we're done, so it does give him the option to be very resilient, but nothing really kind of based off of that. I don't think that Support Fire would actually be very good, especially, or very bad, excuse me, so sorry. I don't think it'd be very bad in this case. Giving the 100% chance of once per turn, when an enemy is shot within this knight's weapon range, he will also shoot to deal +2 damage to the target with no stun. You can then upgrade that to have an additional 1+ and an additional 2+ for a total of 5 damage in this discipline. In addition to that, you can also get Enduring Reflexes, which gives the knight 1+ use per turn on all of their auto abilities, which is pretty incredible if you ask me. Now, he also has Lightning Reflexes, so this could synergize very well with any autos or afflictions that he has in the future. So I think that's what we're going to start by doing. We may want to actually look into just getting this willpower up and then the upgrade to the teleport. Both of these just very utility focused, and I think that's going to be more important than doing something else like just getting that 1 Support Fire node right now. So we'll go ahead and send that promotion on through. Thank you for your sacrifice here. Didn't mean to go out of the barracks there. And then Aegir Harn. He got out of his mission just to get heavily injured once more. He is probably one of our lower level Marines. We do want to give him the ability to use some servo skulls. So maybe +1 ammo on the servo skull. Alternatively, we could give him the ability to increase his heal for free. It doesn't cost any additional willpower, which is nice. And then the flip side of that is you can give additional area on Scourging. We also have Warp Speed Biomancy, which gives 2+ crit damage, 1+ move speed, which could be incredibly powerful when paired with a Justicar, actually. And then also the ability to equip Terminator armor, which would then bleed into the Emperor's Judgment, which afflicts Hobbled. So I think, looking at this, let's get an additional War Gear slot to equip Servo Skulls. This, I think, is going to pay absolute dividends, regardless of what we end up doing. And then, when equipped in a War Gear slot, this Knight's Biomancy abilities target any range. Very cool. But I think actually what we're going to be doing is this Biomancy here. Because otherwise, I don't think we have any Biomancy, do we? Maybe not. Yeah, so we would actually need to take advantage of this. We need to get into here. So let's go ahead and go there. If we also take a look, we could go into the melee discipline. I don't think for this case, for Aegir, we're going to go in there. But let's pick that and think no more on it. Next knight here, we have Basque. He did phenomenally well this last round. So additional ammo for his grenades, killer. We've had umpteen uses of those grenades, and I don't think we'll ever not enjoy those. Alternatively, what could we look at for him? So ranged weapon discipline might not be bad. Otherwise, we can look at the Emperor's Light to give blinded and purged. I don't think this is going to be necessary because he's going to be equipped with all sorts of grenades. It would be fairly easy to give him something that would accomplish that same result. Otherwise, we have Astral Aim, which has precision targeting. If this ability crits, you can choose to destroy one of the target's body parts. Oh, so it's essentially giving the same critical strike abilities to the ranged weapon that you can with the melee weapon. I think that's going to be kind of valuable, actually. So let's go ahead and work our way towards that. So in order to get that, though, we do need this additional willpower, which is absolutely not a bad thing, considering we also have Sanctified Kill Zone, and that's just going to be more uses of that. So great promotion for Basque. And then, again, we keep going away from that. Lastly, we are going to take a look at Boars. I think we already kind of decided that for him, we want to branch out just a little bit more. We want to make him a little bit more resilient. Or not resilient, but well-rounded, I think was the correct term. So if we look up here, we can get Provoke, which will turn him into even more of a tank. But right now, I want to look at first getting this willpower up and then giving him the Hammerhand discipline. So this will allow him to be a little bit more well-rounded as an attacker, since he already has some incredibly powerful defensive abilities. The additional willpower will also give him more flexibility throughout the match, and I think we're going to go with that. All right. Now that touches on all of the soldiers that we had level ups on or promotions. Let's go ahead and start the mission here. We do need to seek and destroy the Bloomspawn here, so this will be a potential Gate of Infinity opportunity. The Valorous Deed is going to be just not getting critical injuries, so we do like that. We'll go ahead and switch over our soldiers here. We'll bring in Iolanthus. We'll bring in Rugen, sure, why not? And then I think we're actually going to be trying to level up our Officio Assassinorum soldiers. So we'll bring in Gannis. And I think that'll be good. We may want to look into getting Iolanthus. Let's see, does he have the ability to get additional? So this has an additional focus chance as well as an Aegis chance. His Force Sword does 4 with a 50% chance to parry. It may actually just be better to give him the Warding Stave because of the ability that it gives him in terms of plus crit damage, which we have through Hammerhand, as well as the focus and the 25% Aegis chance reaction. So we'll go ahead and give him that for now. We also have an armor to give. So we have a level 1 and a level 2. This makes him immune to plague, which will be very, very powerful depending on which Bloomspawn we'll be working with. And then we can also give, let's see, our other knight the other set of armor here, which will give an additional 4+ health for free, which is really nice. taking that off of Storm. And it is nice that we don't have any other significant restrictions to the battle. Other than that, let's go ahead and give you an additional ranged weapon, which will be Warp Bane or Gallon's Grace. I don't... 25% chance to reload. Actually, I think we're going to go that with Iolanthus, simply because that will give us the opportunity to reload with that focus up to, I want to say, what is that, 40% chance per turn, just off the top of my head. So that'll be nice. And then looking at his war gear, no grenades, but +2 crit damage and +15% crit chance. I think it's going to be good for us. Next up, we have Rugen carrying the silencer. We do have +1 demonic damage, or alternatively bypassing armor. I think bypassing armor is just too much to pass up at this point. Looking at the war gear available, we do have the Extractor Servo Skull, which we'll be bringing. That's going to cost us a little bit in terms of grenade, but I think it's going to be more valuable than risking our time on potentially getting a crit or putting our guys in danger of getting a crit. So, other than that, I think we're pretty much good to go. We don't have any special equipment for Novak or Gannis. We have our stratagems set up as we only have the 2. And that should be all. Alright guys, we'll see you in there. Let's go.
Bloomspawn located. Teleportation converging on an abandoned transportation hub.
Our enemy's strategy is clear. The Bloom settles in our Imperium's collapsed infrastructure, safe from watchful eyes, but close enough to the huge populations it plans to feed upon.
Alright. All 4 of our troops are here. Now, we do need to remember that with our stratagems, we cannot use Gate of Infinity on the Vindicare or the Eversor Assassin. So we are probably going to need to play our cards a little bit closer to the chest, so to speak, when we are working on getting that Bloomspawn. In this particular map, we've fought here before. There is a Bloom Seed over here. So rather than going across here and then potentially getting stuck on this bridge, I'd like to go up to the east side, and then we'll move north along the way until we hit the Bloomspawn, which is going to be over here. So, pretty simple plan of action here. Always need to remember that we have only 9 health and 0 recovery opportunity with our Vindicare. But other than that, I think we're in a good spot. So the first thing that we're going to be looking for is this reinforcements. Hopefully not dealing with too much there. Oh, interesting. You just got an additional move. Very cool. I don't think we'll do anything significant with it. We'll just keep you there.
Yes, sir.
Just don't want to fight that reinforcement set too early. Not necessary. All right.
The Emperor.
And there we go. All right, 25% warp surge turn or per turn, which is not ideal, but is what it is.
Commander.
Okay, so let's get our Vindicare up. See if we can get a good eye on that.
Approaching enemy
There we
position.
are. All right, there's that set of reinforcements. And I believe we should be just fine. Yep, right there is going to be our limit.
Hurry!
All right, Eversor is moving up as well. And then we'll bring in Iolanthus and Bosk. What is Bosk? Are you the Scottish guy? Rugen. Rugen's the Scotsman over here. All right. So this set of reinforcements is going to be moving into
Ready
us.
to kill.
So we may actually want to
Standing ready.
set up here.
What is your will?
Here, let's bring you over here.
Advancing.
It's probably going to activate that pod, but that's okay. We may be able to actually get a grenade over here and toss a lot of those guys off of the bridge.
Commander, we've made contact with the enemy.
The question is, do we want to? Only because he has a pox seed. Let's see. Well, if we look at it this way,
Target.
we could try and hit both of these guys pretty quick. And then could you hit him with an Exodus pistol? No, you can't. Okay. Could also hit you crippling shot. Actually, you know what? It might not be bad as just hitting that dead shot on you early on and not having to deal with you bringing in grown walkers. Can you guys do that as well? I always forget if this is the case. Yes, you all can, which isn't great, but it's not terrible. So I think, oh, you out of range barely? Yeah, okay. Darn. Darn, darn. All right, well, no worries there. Let's go ahead and take you out.
Firing.
Not a fan of rangers right now.
Fire.
All right, we also have
Ammunition
access
depleted.
to... Well, here, let's just go ahead and
Prepare
reload
to
for you.
fire.
At your service.
You, I suppose... I don't really know what we want to do in terms of... Do we want to overwatch? Probably not in this case, because if we do,
It will
that would
be done.
potentially kill our Pox Seed guy. So let's go ahead and just do some damage early on. You have a lot of crit chance, but no crit damage, huh? Or crit damage, but no crit chance. All right, and then Eversor. I think we're just gonna stay put with you. If we toss that grenade, we could knock everyone off. Maybe here. That actually might be a good plan. Let's go ahead and do that. We could potentially lock our Poxseed guy in and then knock the other two off. Okay, that's exactly what we wanted. And on top of that, we blew up the bridge. So, we'll kill you. Perfect. That is exactly what we want to see. Now, here's the real question. Can we... We can get over here, hammer hand, and then do an Aegis Shield on top of that,
Your end is near.
and potentially take 0 damage off of that.
Extracted.
Perfect.
I see one. Die.
It was a little bit expensive in terms of warp surge risk, but we're good.
It bleeds. It bleeds.
Oh, and that guy has a drain. That's not good at all. But it looks like the... Oh, let's see. Does this guy also have a drain? Ah! Double drain. Not great. Okay, well, we can deal with that. Let's see. We'll get the Vindicare
At
to...
your disposal.
So you are not able to kill that
On the
guy there.
hunt.
But if we move you up a little bit, should be able to take that down, no problem. We'll then be able to move you,
Taking aim.
remove you from life, I should say.
Dead.
Vindicare Assassin, doing great work here.
Standing ready.
Bring you over. And then that'll take you. So if we do Psybolt, it gives you an additional set of damage, but not
I
worth
am
it.
his will.
Because he's already getting drained down to, what does he have? 5 out of 8. It's not great, but we're good. I think if we move you over here. And again, one of the things we're kind of focusing on right now is getting some good experience for our Officio Assassinorum guys.
Don't give up now.
And then we'll move you over. Lastly, we'll probably give this last kill to you. We can move over here and get closer and closer to the Bloomspawn. Oh, he's just angry. Zone of weakness. Okay. Not great for them, I suppose. Not really effective for us. Let's go ahead and move everyone. Let's see how much... we have 1 out of 2 right now, so maybe if we could get to here.
Confirmed.
Give you a reload. And we'll just keep moving everyone else forward. No reason not to, I suppose. Curious to see where the next set of reinforcements will be coming from. Maybe down here, or maybe even more towards the northeast.
Here.
Mission's going fairly quick, though. Not too much damage, not too much, well, anything, actually. So we have 2 bloom seeds, which is great. This guy's just kind of hanging out to the right here. I have been bitten in the butt way too many times to not deal with this guy before it's too late. So as soon as we can get our sniper up here, we'll have him take that guy out. That'll be 3 AP in total, I believe. So 2 shots plus a reload, or at least 1 move and 2 shots, and then we'll reload immediately after. Really don't want to get this guy too close.
The Aegis.
Or Aegis. And if he drains us, it's not going to be great, but kind of got to take what you have. Let's move a little bit forward, see if we can get a sight up on this next set of reinforcements. Otherwise, what we're going to expect is that there is a set of reinforcements right around here and potentially one up there. Ah, there we go. Okay.
I am an instrument of vengeance.
Perfect.
Fire.
Let's get that done. And then also, could we get you with the Exodus? We can. That'll give us an additional 50% chance to get an AP, I believe.
Targets eliminated.
No. Darn. Okay, well, no worries there. Everyone's up to that full movement.
Repositioning.
Minimal damage taken. And I guess
Yes,
no damage
Commander.
taken. Just a little bit of willpower drain, which we're okay with. And let's bring Rugen up as well.
My blade is yours. Yes.
Alright, so we're probably going to need to go... I guess we can go through here. That's dangerous, but you know what? If anyone wants to do that kind of stuff, it's the Eversor. So let's go with it.
Wards activated.
Still no reinforcements. Okay. Well, I guess we gotta start moving then.
Enemies near.
There's the set of reinforcements. Okay, as expected.
Your orders.
You come up here. Great opportunities.
Here.
Let's bring Rugen up as well. And then our Vindicare is lagging a little bit behind, but since he is our longest range fighter,
Awaiting
not too
directions.
upset about that.
Acquiring firing position.
Now, what is it that gives him an additional... Must have been one of his upgrades. Reposition. When this unit takes a move action, it's a 25% chance to gain 1 AP. That's amazing. We love that. That's just free movement. Alrighty. Well, I guess there's nothing to it but to pop this pod then. See what they got.
Lapdogs of the false emperor.
Alright. Pox Flamer. 3 autogun sets. Do any of these guys have pox seeds? I'm curious. Okay, 2 of them, in fact, do have pox seeds. So,
What is your will?
Extractor Servo Skull. We could use that. Extract that seed. Very nice. Can we use that? I think we can use that twice a turn. Maybe we can't.
This is
Nope,
coming
we
with
can,
me.
in fact. So, let's go ahead and do that. And I had totally forgotten about that in our first engagement, so woe is me on that one. But now we can essentially fight the rest of this battle with impunity and ignore the
I've
fact
built a
that they
seat
are
from
there.
this rot.
We could probably hit a grenade and knock this guy into the abyss, which would be nice. If we
Give
do
me the
that, though,
target.
who do we need to get? We need to get our Vindicare up and close to the action. Ooh, that's sketchy, but I
As
think
you
that would be
will.
worth it to get the Plague Marine down. So let's see. Could we hit the other guy there too? Oh, very nice. All right, let's give it a shot. Ah, darn it. Plague Marine survived. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not a terrible thing. We could
I'll
definitely get
unleash me.
Scatter Shot, and that would probably kill a lot of them. So, let's see if we do this. We could do Friends on Stims. Satraphine Stims and then Friends on Stims. That would give him the ability to get out there. 4 damage of bleed. Plus, let's see. So if we do, okay, so 4 damage, plus he does a natural 4 damage for 8 damage in total. And then he would be able to kill him, yes. So if we do that, we also need to remember that this guy can fire, and he does 4 damage, does 2 random afflictions, and enemies heal for 2. Very, very powerful. 38 health in total. But I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, because we're not going to be able to... Nice. Oh, that's so cool. Alright, so we can eviscerate you for 5. That'll still leave us 1 short. So if we do the Satraphine Stims, we'll be able to kill him. So we'll do 1 set. And then now we can eviscerate that. And then we might be able to kill this guy too, which was the hope. Yes, perfect. Let's get him a little bit further away from his opponents. Perfect. Alright, excellent use of the Satraphine Stims, I think. And then you have a range of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try this. This is going to be very aggressive here. But very worth it.
Empty.
All right, and then let's try and get you
Wards in hand.
as our. Let's see, how do we want to play this? Can we shoot you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we
For the Emperor.
can. Easy enough. And then come next turn, we'll be able to Gate of Infinity. So you're going for Rugen. Darn it.
Bane
Yeah.
is beneath me. I sense the enemy converging.
I will fight from here.
All right. Not a big set of reinforcements here. Another Warp Surge bringing in probably another set of reinforcements, and it is the case. However, with this set, just as much as the other set, we don't really need to worry about them until they start to actually do some damage. Let's go ahead and Gate of Infinity. So you just have lots of damage. You don't actually necessarily have anything... There's another Bloomspawn.
Awaiting directions.
Can you fire from here? Yes, you can. Can you fire from here? Yes, you also can. And you get another AP. We like to see that. Alright, so you're doing a grand total of 4 damage. So, let's see, how do we do this? So you can do a total of 4 damage plus, I want to say, precision targets are just plus 2 damage. So 6, so 10 damage in total to you. With an additional HP, or with an additional AP, we could bring you up, and that would give you 4 bleed, but you are completely immune to afflictions? Yeah, so it's not helpful there.
I am here to serve.
You don't have any reloads, so let's think about that.
Your command?
We'll put it this way. So we need to do Hammerhand. Hammerhand will take you down to, what, 5 damage plus 4 crit damage. So, I mean, just a ton, actually. That's what we need to do.
Emperor, guide
Plus 2.
my hand.
Okay, so in total, that took you down to 27, which is very nice. We also have Warp Charge on Rend the Unclean. Now, what I believe we could do here
Give me a target.
is get Satraphine Sims up. It's an additional 8 damage. So we're not going to be able to eviscerate because, well, quite frankly, you don't have the ability to do so. But we can still do tons of damage.
Vindicator at your
Other than
disposal.
that, we can crit on you,
Precision target locked in.
which is plus 4 damage. So here's what we do then.
Your orders.
We give Quicksilver to you. So you have, what, 4 HP left. We get this,
As ordered.
and then give the
I
kill.
am an
If I'm
instrument of
doing this
vengeance.
math right, yes. Last 4 to our Vindicator.
All Bloomspawn have been excised. Surface level bombardment will commence momentarily.
Must reload.
There we go. So technically, no damage done to our Eversor by the enemy team, but he did hurt himself a lot. We'll see if that affects him negatively. All right, so we got 4 requisition from this. Let's see what armory is going to be giving us here. All right, Empyrean Brain Mine, 3 stun, a level 1 armor, which gives us 10% focus, 2+ health, Death Spike, which has 4 damage plus 2 damage to the Cybolt, whatever it is, whatever includes the willpower, which is the Force Strike. First Strike, if an enemy moves adjacent to this unit, 25% chance to strike automatically. And then Iron Will, when activating a Force Strike, this knight has 15% chance to gain 1 willpower. That's actually quite nice. A level 2 Stormbolter is 5 damage, 12 range, which is nice. Cybolt of 1. So it gives an additional 2 range and 1 damage. I'm not sure that that's going to be important enough to take. We may actually want to take this Force Halberd here. I think, yeah. Let's go ahead and take that. And then we may even want to look into this Empyrean Brain Mine to give an additional 3 stun, which would take us down to 2 requisition. But I'm thinking that we might be able to get at least 2 more missions worth of requisition here to bring that up and then go from there. Ah, shoot. I can't. Okay, we're going to stick with what we want. 3 requisition is fine. And it looks like nobody got injured. So it appears that self-injuries don't affect whether or not our Eversor Assassin actually comes back into the fight after this. Other than that, we do have 3 sets of promotions, which is phenomenal. We love to see that. That's partially helped, I'm sure, by the fact that we have the upgraded it's not the upgraded barracks, but whatever upgrade to our ship that gives 50% XP. And then Ector is also happy with us. So in the next mission, we'll go ahead and work on those promotions. But that's all for right now. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and tune in next time. We'll be taking a look at the promotions and getting some more missions on the way.